This is Josh Hart, 4 seconds out. Delighted to be joined by Dave Allen here at Moss Side Fire Station Box Club. Dave, you're probably the biggest man in demand in boxing right now.
More so than Jack Catchell, would you say?
You've been here longer, so I think everyone's probably been waiting to speak to you. This has almost been built.
No, I'm asking if you think what you think. I'm asking what you think. What do you think?
I don't think I'm allowed to give my opinion on that. I don't really.
Yeah, but you did earlier off camera.
There's no evidence of that.
No.
I think we can base it off just the interest in this fight, though. In this fight with Mcmudov, I've been following Team White Rhino on Instagram and seeing tickets flying out. There's a lot of demand for this fight, isn't there?
Do you think the fight would have sold as well if I was boxing a German guy that you never heard of?
I think you headlining would still sell well, but I think the fact it's Mcmudov and people know how dangerous he can be.
Do you think that's helping sell it? Yeah.
I'd say you're obviously the big selling point.
This was a conversation I had already. Actually, I said, do you think it'd have sold as well if I'd have boxed, a decent German guy who was like 16-1, and he said no. But I wasn't sure really. But it's interesting, yeah.
It depends on the name, I guess. So your name brings a lot of attraction, but Mcmudov, boxing fans know the name Mcmudov. We've seen him against those, the likes of Ajit Caballo and everything, and other big names. When that list was given to you, obviously we know Mcmudov was the scariest option on there, which is why you've picked him. But what is it about him that you find scary?
Do you know what it is? It's not like I won't say I'm scared of him. Like, it's a boxing match, and he seems like a nice fellow. We're boxing with sports people, aren't we? I'm not scared of him. I'm scared of like selling Sheffield Arena out, being on a big card and getting banged out in one round. And he's capable of doing that. So I picked him for the reason that I could have boxed a few other names. All the names on the list were good, and I felt like an underdog against all of them. I genuinely did. But Mcmudov, I thought, if I don't train properly, he's not going to run around me and box me. He's going to fucking come and smash my head in from round one. And if I'm not on it, I'm going to get blown out in one round. And that's every boxer's biggest fear. So I just said to Ed, like, let's just box him. Because I will be on it with him. I'll be on it sharp as a razor. I'll be on it like... And stylistically, you would think I have a better chance of beating him than an Otto Wallin, who was a southpaw mover and boxer, because that's not my thing. So... As I said, we'll box Mcmudov. I think he's the biggest name with a lot. He has been on real season cards. He looks the part. And I think if we're going to box someone that's bordering on fringe world title level, this is the style for me to get the job done. So I've never proven to anywhere near that level. I'm the favourite somehow. I couldn't believe it, me.
I think the odds have actually changed now.
He's the favourite now.
I was looking this morning. I believe he slipped into it's still very close.
What a buzz.
But he slipped into a slight favourite.
Yeah, I would have been the favourite as well, yeah. I think him beating Takam more than I've done the last couple of years. So I think he's the favourite. I think he's a big favourite. He has to be. He boxed in the WSB. He was Russia's #1 amateur. Like, before I even started boxing, I think he was doing all that. So I'm hoping he's a little bit past his best, and he comes as a go. And I think he will be surprised how slippery I am, how hard to hit I am, getting through a few rounds and fucking set about him. That's the plan anyway.
The one thing I find interesting, or a thing that a lot of other people have found interesting, is you saying that Mcmudov makes you train harder, and people saying, shouldn't you train hard all the time anyway? But there's that fear factor to it? Is that the big difference? There is a small fear, not necessarily Mcmudov himself, but like you mentioned, that fear factor, it does drive you that little bit extra.
I've had 43 fights amateur and pro. Been stopped 4 times, 2 times in the corner. Stopped on my feet twice, never been over. This fella's capable of punching me into the next week. He can knock me out. He can put me down. There's loads of fantastic heavyweight boxers. They're not going to knock me over or out because stylistically that's not the thing, and I'm clever enough. This fella's just going to come and try and do me straight away. There's no time for resting. There's no time for nicking a breath with him. He's going to go fucking ballistic for 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. So... like the Johnny Fisher rematch, I trained hard, but I knew he'd give me a rest. I knew he'd walk off. I knew he'd get behind his jab. I know I could slip a jab. I know I could parry one and catch one and let one graze side of me. This fella's just going to punch straight through me. I'm going to have to be on the ball. I'm going to have to be slipping and rolling and sliding and banging him back in the body and that. And it's going to be hard. He isn't going to box me. He's just going to come straight at me. So I do train hard all the time. Since the first Fisher fight got announced, I've not been out of this gym really, or the other gym. I've not been out of the gym. but it's the dieting, it's the living. It's fucking hard. And people say, well, you're a professional athlete, you got to do it. It's fucking hard. I love biscuits and that. I love chocolate and that. It's hard. I love Chinese and KFC. Difficult. I don't mind training. I'm absolutely knackered now. I trained hard this morning. I'm exhausted, but it's the diet and the going to bed before 3 o'clock in the morning. I want to watch YouTube all night, so that's where it gets difficult for me. It's not the training, it's the other shit. It's hard.
You know, when you had, obviously, I remember by this point, obviously, I was very big on my boxing, but I remember you meant to fight Lovejoy in lockdown. It didn't happen. You retired from the sport. You came back for a little bit, had that Fraser Clark fight. Because I remember I first spoke to you on the week of the Fraser Clark fight. After that fight and you decided you were going to continue boxing, did you expect yourself to see yourself at this level now, where you're headlining the Sheffield Arena and win against Mcmudov, like you've said? It opens up those huge fights in the division.
Probably not really, no. I was very fortunate to get the Fisher fight. But when I was doing them 4-rounders and I paid to box and that, I paid to box Buchetta, I knew the Fisher fight was going to happen. I was hanging around for the Fisher fight. If it weren't for Johnny Fisher, after Clark had retired, I knew the Fisher fight was coming round because we'd sparred. Because I still a bit of a name. I knew the Fisher fight was coming back, was going to come round. So when he came round, I thought, right, this is it now. I can beat this fella. He's still a novice. I can beat him. So I rung Jay up and said, look, because I've not been training at Jay's, but I had these 4-rounders. I was just ticking over and that. We put a good camp in, had the close fight. Then I knew I'd beat him the second time. For some reason, they took the rematch, and now we're here. But it was all based on Johnny Fisher. If there was no Johnny Fisher, I'd be retired now, doing a 9 to 5 back home. So yeah, it's all a bit of luck, innit? If I'd never sparred him all them years ago and built a little relationship with him, and that fight would never have happened. So it's just that little bit of luck, yeah. But I would never have bet being in this position. Can't believe it, really. Just luck, innit? Bit of luck, and I've just been stubborn and stuck around. Couldn't even say it's hard work. It's just like I've just stuck it out, really. Yeah.
How do you beat Mcmudov on October 11th at the Sheffield Arena?
Fuck knows.
Just go for it. Have a bit of a tear up.
I'm gonna have to, yeah. I'm not gonna outbox him. I'm gonna have to get through some sticky patches early, and just gonna have to try and outlast him. Yeah. That's it. I'm going to have to take a lot of punishment, get through them rounds and fucking have it with him. If I get through them first 3 or 4 rounds, he's going to fucking have it. Let me tell you that now. He's going to have it, yeah.
I don't want to keep you too much longer, Dave, as there are more people still waiting for you. I just want to get your thoughts on 2 talking points in the heavyweight division. Itauma versus Whyte next weekend, a real crossroads type of fight in the division. How do you see the fight unfolding? I
have to pick an Itauma win because I think it's just the right time for him. Warren don't get his matchmaking wrong too often. You know, he's not. The pit Dillian Whyte because he looks like he's on the way out. He's been inactive. It's inactivity more than anything. People are saying, well, he's not boxed well the last twice. I'm not bothered he's not boxed well. That doesn't mean as much to me. When you're inactive, you don't box well. You know, when you're not in shape, you don't box well. He's in shape for this. He has a lot of experience. He can punch. I wouldn't be surprised if Whyte puts up a very good performance. And he's more than capable of putting one on Itauma's chin and winning the fight. I don't think it's as cut and dry as people think it is. But I do think his Itauma's as good as everyone says he is as well, by the same token. I'm going to go for an Itauma mid to late stoppage. But I think Dillian Whyte's going to surprise a few people. I think he's going to turn up in shape. I think he's going to be on it and hungry and sharp. And I think it's going to be an harder fight than people think. But if Itauma does do the job and he does it in impressive fashion, like everyone expects, I will really start to think this kid's going to go all the way.
And just lastly, what's your thoughts on this whole Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul fight?
It's a load of bollocks. It's a load of bollocks. It won't happen.
Not see any, even
Anthony Joshua will not box Jake Paul. I don't think.
Do you think one thing that's been neglected with it all is the safety concern as well? I've seen Ben Davison mention the safety, obviously, but
it will not happen. Anthony Joshua is a former heavyweight champion of the world, real boxing person. He ain't boxing Jake Paul.
Fair enough.
No way.
Fair enough, Dave. Always good to speak to you. And yeah, best luck. Hopefully, catch you before the fight. If not, see you on fight.
Cheers, mate. Good trim. Nice one, mate.
Had to mention, didn't you?